graduation. So take it away, Josh.
Thank you. Hi, guys. I'm Josh. Nice to meet all of you. Truth be told, I wish I met me when I was your age. Now that sounds egotistical and self-loaded, doesn't it? Imagine if you wish you met yourself to your future self. I'm 35, your 35-year-old self now. I wasted so much time trying to figure out the answer to one question I bet you think about every day. What do you want? Simple question. What do you want? What do you want? Why can't we answer that question? If I said to you, tell me what you want. Who here, just for fun, has an idea of what they want? And it could be anything. And just for fun, let's just take a little survey here. Raise your hand if you want to share with me what you want. What you want? What you want?
I want to go home with my cats.
Cats, I want to be around my kitty cats. Oh, that's so cute. I want to be around your kitty cats too, probably. That makes sense. What do you want?
Travel?
Travel. Who doesn't want to travel? I got cats, I got travel. Give me 3 more, guys. Come on. What do you want? Anything. It could be Oreo cookies. It could be like, I gotta go to the bathroom. A long, healthy future. Let's just say a long-term relationship. A healthy long-term relationship, right? I'm just gonna put LTR for short.
To go home.
Home. Right now. Josh, you're great, man. I want to go home. I respect that. I like honesty. Well, just be home.
You said that.
Finish high school.
Finish high school. Just finish high school. Well, it's funny that you say that, because that brings me
Finish high school.
to my next point. I felt so at a point in my life where I was being told what I wanted from so many outside sources that I never took the time to think about what I want. What I want. Not what you want for me, not what my mom wants for me, not what society and the culture that I live in thinks I should want for me. What do I want? God damn it, that's not my question. And it's a scary one too. I want to graduate high school, somebody said. Can I hit the lights real quick? And I had put a post up here. I'm just going to read to you in this post here. This is a photo of me camping, which was supposed to be a really fun time, and it turned into an absolute and total disaster. I biked to my campsite, and I got dumped of snow all over me. Anyway, here's my little thing. I'm just going to read to you guys right now. And somebody had just said, I want to finish high school. Who else wants to finish high school? Get the heck out of this place, right? I'm with you. I was doing a road trip, and I was elaborating on my time in school, which is exactly where you guys are now. And I wrote, I never discovered my true potential in school or in the office, in the workplace. My fluid intelligence was reduced to company meetings, spreadsheets, and emails, and I lacked sufficient impetus to achieve anything worthwhile. I'd spend my day cruising the net, like Facebook. Who's ever done that? It's supposed to be working to cruising Facebook or Instagram. Operating at no more than 3 to 4% of my aptitude. But only when I left and started doing crazy SH word was my potential fully realized. Having guts always worked for me, and that's why I do what I do. Kind of like GPS, it always led me towards optimism, confidence, and resourcefulness. And the more time I spend devoted to discomfort, the larger my comfort zone expands. That's why I think smart people do dumb things. Like this road trip I was on, or intercontinental bike rides, or skiing solo to the North Pole. When I exercise my nomadic spirit, that's when my brilliance appears. I've learned rational thinking isn't necessarily synonymous with intelligence, and that my gutsy brain will always appear irrational to the demure. But when discomfort finally feels like second nature, that's when I know I'm living. When does your brilliance appear? When does your brilliance appear? If you could figure out what you want so badly, again, not what you're told you want, but what you really want in the short 80 years you're on this planet, you might find that you love what you want so much that you're so good at it, that you make really good money at it, that your brilliance has appeared. I thought I knew what I wanted. I wanted to be an engineer. So I went out and, my mom was an engineer, and I was like, okay, that sounds cool. If I'm an engineer, I'm gonna make money, right? And heck, engineers know like science, they know physics, they know math. Everyone's gonna think I'm pretty smart. Imagine me on a date. What do you do? Oh yeah, I'm an engineer. Hey, how about that? I might be a little bit more smooth. Life might be smooth sailing if people think I'm smart and I have this kind of job security. But why am I doing that? Do I want to be an engineer? Do I really give a rat's about engineering? I went to school to become an environmental engineer. 4 years, about $20,000, which is pretty good now, but back then that was a lot, at least for me. Put myself through, I got my degree, I got certified, I went and I got a great internship. I was always good at marketing myself. Got a good internship, got a job working for the city and county of San Francisco as an engineer, a job everybody wanted, especially right out of college. And they fired me. And they fired me because I was cruising the internet while working. Because I was so bored out of my brains every day, like this to the office. So I really got to go peck at this keyboard and make spreadsheets for everybody. Imagine that's your life. And hey, if you love that Excel spreadsheet high, I've had it. Far and few between, but I've had it. If you love that, then hey, please be an engineer. I don't though. I don't love that. They asked me, man, they're like, Josh, peace, brother, and man, was I body slammed about it. I'm like, oh yeah, well, it's fine. I'm good at marketing myself. I will lie on my next resume and get a job even better, which is what I did. I left San Francisco. I went to New York City, and I got a job, an engineering job with the big boys. So it's like, take that, San Francisco. See you. Peace. I didn't need you anyways. Guess how long it took till they fired me? 2 years. Oh, it was devastating. Because New York City guys, they don't mess around. I thought I was hardcore. These guys beat the crap out of me, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. I couldn't deliver a product because I hated what I was doing. I hated the guys. I hated the office I was working in. I hated what I was doing. I realized I wasn't exercising my brilliance. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what that was. And I bet you guys don't know what you're capable of and what your brilliance is. They fired me. 2 years later, they fired me. I literally crying like a little girl. It was just so like, what is going on? I was 28 years old. No direction in my life at this point. I realized I got a degree in something I suck at. And I gotta shift gears quick, because I only got a few years left on this planet. It's gonna fly by. I said, thank God I have a few bucks in the make. I'm going to Australia. I'm gonna figure it out. Let me draw something on the board. Let's hit the lights. I go to Australia and I'm doing this whole journaling, meditation thing, like, what do you want, Zen, I got Enya playing in the background, Kenny G playing in the background over here. And I'm feeling the vibe, I'm getting in touch with me, what do I want? And I start doing this thing, and I think like an engineer. In my journal, I wrote an x-axis, I think that's the x-axis,
Yes.
and a y-axis, right? And I thought about, what are all the things I'm good at? All the things I'm good at. And I put a few examples here. Actor, singer, teacher, etc., etc., etc. And then, what do all the things I want in a job. And I'm gonna let my brain just like run off the hook. Just, what do I want? Well, I'm told I should want, a 40-hour work week. I'm told I should want insurance. I'm told I should want some job security. That's all nice and fun, but I'm still asleep. What do I want in a job if I'm going to spend my entire life devoted to one thing? Why not make it awesome? Fine, I'm going to make it awesome. I only want to work 3 days a week, so I put that down. Who gets to work 3 days a week? Do any of your parents get to work 3 days a week? Not mine. But I'm trying to think outside the button here in my journaling meditation moment, right? I want to work 3 days a week. I want freedom. I want to be like, hey, boss, I got this. I'm going home right now because I want to walk the dogs and go watch the latest episode of Breaking Bad. I'll handle this later. I got my freedom. You know I'm good at my job. I'm going to handle it. But right now, peace. I could never do that in my other jobs. No wonder I hated it. I wanted money. I think I was making around $80,000 by the time I got fired from that second job. $80,000 a year in New York City after taxes. It's not so hot. I definitely wanted more money. How much money did I want? I never really thought about it. Probably because I never really thought I deserved it. Probably because my parents never had it. I didn't think it was within my reach. All this psychology was playing into what I thought I wanted. So I sold myself short with money. I was like, yeah, $60,000 a year, cool. I'll take it. But not anymore. I wrote a number of $2 million down. I want $2 million a year. Crazy! I never let myself go there in my head before, but whatever. I got nothing to lose now. I'm unemployed. I'm in Australia. I'm chilling. I want $2 million. I want to be admired. I want to be admired. What are other crazy-ass things you guys want one day in your job? Think outside the box here. Let's add a few more to this list. What would be awesome?
A pet tiger.
A tiger in my job? I'd be at that office every day. Pet tiger. I'll be honest, pet tiger did not make my list. You are certainly doing what I wish I had done by breaking boundaries and thinking outside the box. Anyone else? What else do you want in your job? Give me something crazy. Come on. Yeah. How nice to come to work and be like, I like you. Pajamas? Is that your pajamas?
Yeah.
So I'm going to work in your PJs? You know what? I just got this really sick onesie, like an adult onesie.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine if I showed up to work in that? Coffee, Uggs, done. With my pet tiger on a leash.
Yes.
Right? Who wouldn't go to work? Who wouldn't happily go to work every day if that's what you could create for yourself? So in my journal, in Australia, I'm in the Zen moment. I'm like, okay, I gotta figure this out. I started lining them up. I was like, I would really like, I can maybe act, okay. Well, if I act, can I have my pet tiger, my admirability, my money, my freedom? Yeah, I think so. So, I did these X's to see where things matched up. Can I get my money? Yeah, actors make good money. Oh, I want to be a food business owner. I want to have a restaurant. Can I have my pet tiger there? Probably not. Can I be admired? Admired wasn't important to me. I want to be admired. No, probably not. Can I make some money? Yeah, I could. I won't have any freedom. Certainly won't be working 3 days a week. Not what I envisioned. So that didn't make the cut. Anyway, I started lining these things up. And the things that lined up with most of the things that I wanted were the ones I started to look at. And what was that? You get this chart. This is an example. But for me, what mine was actor, which I had said I'm awful at. You guys want to do a little YouTube video? Fine, I got you. But if you need someone to cry and really express an emotion, you're already on the floor laughing. It's like a family comedy when I try to act. Second, I really did want to own my own food business. I want to have my own food restaurant. I love food. Food gets me excited. Oh, luckily I had been fired already from my Starbucks jobs, my bartending jobs, my Olive Garden waiting table jobs. I think I had been fired from about 90% of my jobs in my life. Because I sucked at it, because I hated it. A lot of them were food. And in that, I realized I may not have that freedom that's really important to me. That freedom that kept me from loving what I wanted. So I'm not going to do that one. Oh, what's the other one? see those guys traveling the world on the Travel Channel, doing this whole like, hey, what's up? My name is Steve Owen. I'm with Crocs, guys, and it's gonna be an excellent day today. We're gonna see this thing bite someone's head off. It does this whole thing, and it's super fun. And the whole time I'm like, wow, I want to do that. Huh? Would that give me my pet tiger? Probably a hell of a lot more than a food business would. Admirability? Yep. Money? Free work 3 days a week? Done. TV host. I want to be a TV host. Well, I just said it. I want to be a TV host. Me? Josh, the engineer, wants to now be a TV host? I sound crazy. Do you know how hard it is to articulate your dreams to other people when you realize what you want, to be able to say it to somebody else? Hey, I want to be a TV host. And have them look me in the eye like, what are you smoking, buddy? You just got canned engineering for years. You can't even pull it together as far as that's concerned. How the hell are you going to live the life of your dreams as a TV host? But you got work to do. Boy, did I have work to do. I left Australia and I said, this is it. I'm 28. I have no choice. I need to put all of my eggs in this basket. If this is what I want to do, I got to put it all in. I got to go all in or nothing, right? And what led me to that? What led me to that inner force that said, dude, go for it. You're so stupid right now. Everything about this doesn't make sense. Retirement, insurance, money, security, none of it's lining up. What the heck am I thinking? I'm not going back to engineering. I'm going to become a television host. What does that even look like? I don't even know, but I'm going to do it. It's called my intuition. I went to Australia, and I took a second to think about what I wanted and what my gut, what my intuition said. And I wrote something about intuition. It's the second one. It's a pink sky I saw. This is my last day in San Francisco. I spent the last weekend in San Francisco, a near-perfect city. I lived there for 4 years of my life, biking on that epic bridge, gawking at the postcard views everywhere, and eating excellent food. You guys been to San Francisco and eating that food? Off the hook. You'll never come back. And admiring the super cool homes, and in total amazement of all the crazies, and if you like crazies and weirdos, guys, this is the place to be. Everywhere you turn, there's some whack job. It's kind of fun, actually. Eventually, I felt like I conquered San Francisco, and I decided to move 3,000 miles away to New York City. And for no particular reason, someone asked me, why are you going there? Why the heck are you going there? And I said, I couldn't give them a concrete reason. I said, San Francisco is perfect, but I just know it's time to move on. And my intuition was the only reason I could justify my move. But even for me, it wasn't good enough. I didn't feel like that was a good enough reason to move. No, I felt it inside. And I think it's interesting that logic and science and fact are the only things, these are the only factors we let contribute what decisions we make. Unless proof is provided, we usually won't do it, right? And it makes sense too. I have yet to be a successful business owner that goes, yeah man, I completely changed all my operations because I don't know, I felt like it. No, he's like, dude, I got this whole spreadsheet, we've got this accountant, and they all led us to this point, and we turned our business upside down, and now we're making billions of dollars. And we made these decisions on fact, not intuition. But if facts and science were completely out of the picture, we were alone in the forest with the elements, is your intuition muscle strong enough to guide you out? Facts and science don't always work. Sometimes you gotta listen and hear. I've lost touch with my intuition on many accounts. If ignored, it gets weak, but if exercised, it can become very powerful. Kind of like an old Volkswagen. It won't run unless you rev it up from time to time. Mine also works best when I'm alone in silence, which isn't a common place for most of us city dwellers. And it makes it easy to ignore. And that's probably because of its connection to the psyche and its inability to be seen and measured. We can't measure our intuition. But if I take the time to shut everything out. Block out mom, block out dad, block out school, block out society and culture, and think about what I want and go into my heart and listen to my intuition. I grow confident in the inexplicable presence of unconscious reasoning in my life. All I know is some of the loudest voices don't use words. Some of the loudest voices are silent. That's intuition. And we need to go with that. We need to listen to that. We need to give that the weight it deserves. So what keeps us from getting what we want? Let's turn the lights on. What keeps us from getting what we want? Anyone? You got big dreams. What keeps you from getting? Just tell me. Ourselves, we're in our own way. But what about ourselves specifically?
Responsibilities.
Responsibilities like?
Providing for family members.
Family members. Darn those kids. I should have used the condom. Right? I'm telling you. So family. What else, guys? What keeps us from getting what we want?
Bills.
The bills. Sure. Money.
I hear a lot of students say their choice in friends.
Huh. Interesting. The people we surround ourselves with. Good. People. I see another hand. Uh-huh. Bad habits. I hear motivation. Yeah?
Fear.
Ooh, who said fear? Ultimate debilitator. Fear.
Doubt.
Yeah. Doubt. Okay, now we're talking. Heck yeah, we're getting real deep here. Real
Not
quick.
believing in your own worthiness.
Mm.
Not feeling like you are enough.
Our self-confidence, our self-esteem. All right, now you guys, I'm just going to give you the mic because you guys got this whole lecture thing. You don't need me anymore. I wrote a few things down that affected me personally. Doubt. Whoever said doubt is right up my alley. Man, was that a difficult obstacle for me to overcome. I didn't think I was worthy. I don't deserve it. Look at me. Some skinny little punk in the mirror, getting maybe 3.0 maximum on a good day in school. I don't deserve it. That job will go to that 4.0 AP kid. That job will go to that person. Well, you're damn right it's going to go to that person. I already gave it to them. I already swore them in and swore me out. That kind of thinking, how am I going to achieve anything? That's where I was. That job is too good to be true. That job I want, I'll never get it. Too good to be true. Locked it out. How about, who said friends? Was it you, Mia? How about looking like a fool? Like I said to you, I want to be a television host. Freaking A, man, is that hard to say? I want to be a television. Still to this day, I'm like, I want to be a television host. That's crazy! That's so far-fetched. Looking like a fool in my self-image and being cool, calm, and collected, like, what's up, guys? I'm cool. Inside, I'm a flippin' mess. I wanted to appear collected, calm, and cool, that whole thing. And I realized there's some conflict there. If I want to seem cool, calm, and collected, but also get my dreams, I can't do both. I'm going to have to be a little crazy if I want to pursue my crazy dream life. And if I want to be cool, calm, and collected, that's cool too, but that comes at a price. What if I told you guys I had some of the most delicious cookies you ever had in your entire life? Who would want to try? You guys, I'm like swearing these cookies are like the best cookies ever. Who wants some of the best cookies ever? Yeah, like, right? Like, no brainer. Best cookies I've ever had in my life. Who wants?
No, we're working out later. No, we're working out later.
Best cookies I've ever had in my life. Up for grabs right now. Who wants them?
No.
They're right there. How many hands were raised just now? No, there were a heck of a lot more hands than just 3 hands raised. How many hands were raised? Who raised their hand? Show it nice and high. Who wanted cookies? Open that box. Open those up right now. Take a bite and tell everybody here how flippin' awesome those cookies are. How many hands were raised? Show me real quick. many people actually had the balls to get up in front of everybody and be like, screw y'all, I'm getting my cookie?
I was actually going to do that, but...
You were thinking about it?
Yeah,
you were
but
thinking about it. What was in your way?
People.
Oh, person.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I don't know what people think, probably.
Maybe what people think about. I'll tell you. I was worried what I would look like coming up and getting those cookies. Hey, homie, what do you think? Some of the best cookies I've ever had. By the way, they're vegan, which is kind of like this whole thing I'm about. Plant-based nutrition. We'll get into that another day. Vegan cookies mean no milk, no dairy, none of that other weird stuff now. So when we've had those opportunities in life where we saw something come for us and we let it go. And we go home at night and what do? I could have, I would have, I should have, I didn't! I didn't! That was my moment to get that cookie. In this case, it's just a cookie, thank God. And we promise ourselves, next time, I'm going to go for that goddamn cookie. Right? I'm going to go for that cookie. I don't know how you're sharing. How nice. Are you freaking out right now? There's no fuzz on my cookie. Who wants to try the best cookies in the world?
Again?
Let's go! She said, this guy's in my way. Maybe what people think of me. She got her cookie on. She said somewhere in there, the next time that opportunity comes, I'm going to go for it. That opportunity came and she was ready. She hopped right over your head.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. And don't anybody in here ever be afraid of what you look like to other people while you're trying to pursue what you want. Because that will keep you comfortable. And let's talk about comfortable. Actually, let's talk about fear first. Because someone had mentioned fear. Here's a picture of me. I look really good, by the way. I look really good. My abs are awesome. Things have changed. I did a bike ride from Portland, Oregon, all the way down to San Francisco by myself. By myself. And this is when I arrived at San Francisco. And here's one of the things I wrote that I learned. Do not let fear determine how you live. Sit with that for a second. Do not let fear determine how you live. Bravery attracts the most unique people and experiences and helps us understand the immortality within us. Only a few claim the right. The other thing I learned, biking gives you abs. And let's talk a little bit about comfort. And we'll flip over to that next photo. This is a photo of me in my smart car. There you go. Put my bike on top. I actually pulled up in this puppy today, guys. A friend said to me, a comfort zone is a beautiful place where nothing ever grows. It's true. I had an adorable Venetian bungalow in Los Angeles. I loved this home. It was a beautiful home. It was on a perfect tree-lined street near the beach. I tripped it out with warm night lanterns, adorable mid-century furniture, I'm a sucker for good interior design, and native butterfly garden. I'd come home to these caterpillars waiting for me, turning into cocoons. It was such a little zen place. It was a hedonist dream, and I loved it. But for me, hanging out in my comfort zone kept me small. I had grown too comfortable. I wasn't reaching my maximum potential, so I left. And now, my belongings have been reduced to a smart car, a few clothes, a cell phone, a guitar, and my bike. I got rid of everything. But more importantly, now that I'm here on the open road, I don't miss any of that stuff that held me back. Even the best of my stuff, and I had some awesome stuff, was still just stuff. My family tested me with all kinds of scenarios. What are you going to do without this? What are you going to do without that? You're going to be out there in the middle of nowhere in this silly little tiny car. What if someone tries to kill you? Well, shoot, someone could try to kill you, guys. Try to kill me right now. You probably win. There's more of you than me. It was true. Someone could try to kill me. I could be inconvenienced. But all these scenarios are being thrown at me by people who forgot it's okay to be uncomfortable. It's okay to be uncomfortable. Remember when we were kids and we'd run around, we'd pretend we were Batman, we'd go play Goonies, we'd pretend we were Peter Pan, we had this sense of adventure. We'd play around in the trees and hop around with our buddies and go play hide and go seek and create these big, elaborate story-like dream adventures on a day-to-day basis, just in like a plot of dirt. I wanted Batman's story as a kid. I wanted Peter Pan's story. I wish they could imagine that place. I wish these people telling me these scenarios, be careful, be safe, it's a dangerous world out there, could imagine adventure, an adventurous, happy life. I wish they could imagine a life that scares the crap out of them and it catalyzed their time and energy to be 100% more fruitful than it ever was in school, in college, on the matrix, walking down the same path everybody else goes down. But they can't imagine this because they've gotten so comfortable. I don't judge, I can relate. Ignoring the draw of comfort is one of the hardest things for me. I think comfort can be dangerous. A dangerous IV bag, a graveyard of dreams. Comfortable is a dead zone. Nothing happens there. The magic is on the outside. I want to be a television host. And I realized I needed to hustle. If this is what I want, I gotta pull it together. So I went out there and I whored myself out to every agency, and man, did I get shot down left and right. Hi, I'm Josh. What's going on? I want to be a television host. And they look at me like, dude, heck out of my face. I've got 100 kids way more talented than you outside. Get out of here. This is New York City. This is LA. This is any of the big cities I was living in. Fine. And that propelled me to work harder. I got rejected. Finally, this agent that body slammed me, like Simon Cowell body slammed me, like, poof, and then when I'm down, poof, right? I'm like, I'll never get into this agency. This is the one I needed to represent me. My gut said I need to be with them. I disappeared after he body slammed me. And I came back a year later with a sick reel of my best hosting content at the time. I'm like, hey, what's going on? My name's Josh. He didn't even remember me. Here's my reel looking for representation. And he took me. And for 6 years, he sent me out on gigs. I kept losing them. 6 years, I poured more money. I took bigger risks. I realized I wanted it so bad, I was going to do anything to get it. Anything. Well, not anything, but you guys know what I mean. Some dark things out there that could be anything. Those things I was not doing. I realized my game needed to be stronger. I wanted this to happen. I needed to take a risk. A big risk. I saved up $10,000 of my own money. That's a lot of money. Oh my God, you guys don't know what I went through. $10,000 because my gut, my intuition said, dude, you need to go capture this story as a video journalist, as a TV host. This is going to give you your edge. Go capture this story. It's in Brazil, and you got to get your film crew. You got to get an audio guy. You got to get an assistant. You got to get a car. You got to get housing. You got to get food for everybody. Holy crap! How am I going to afford all of this? And who's going to do it for me? Nobody's going to do it for me. Just me. Do I want it? Oh God, do I want it? Yes, I want it. I'm going to go for it. I found these guys on Craigslist. I found my audio guy on Craigslist because I was so broke. I found my cameraman on Craigslist. Hi, I'm Josh. Will you be my cameraman? I'll fly you to Brazil. Come meet me so I can see if you're legit. I pulled this team together. I bought everyone tickets to Brazil, got their visas, their passports, got us hotels. I spent so much money. I went to debt about $1,500. I took a risk, and I made some of the best work I've ever made in my life. So what had happened, I made this video, and it was great. I was so happy with it. I'd love to show you guys the whole thing when we had time. And I sent it to my agent. He's like, great, I'm going to send that to everybody. I sent it to everybody. I pushed for meetings with Nat Geo. I pushed for meetings with Discovery. I sent it out via just like every possible avenue I possibly can, to grandma, to mom. Like, I don't know what's happening. I'm just going to send it out and just know I'm following my heart. I'm following my intuition. Something will come of the fruits of my labor that I've been hustling for because I want it, I deserve it, and I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I was still convincing myself I was going to get my dream. It's still hard to believe. My agent called me about a year later, a year after this, and said, hey, Weather Channel saw your video. They want to meet with you. And I got a job with the Weather Channel. And I was producing a show called Brainstorm. It was this very male, testosterone-driven show about, like, a tornado is so strong it can pick up 50 billion people and twirl them around and body slam them into the earth or something like that. We would just do this whole thing. It was very fun. And then after that, NBC saw my Weather Channel work and then saw this work. And NBC said, hey, we have an opportunity for you. Would you like your own travel show? And I was like, it makes me emotional right now to talk about this. The day I got that call, I realized I did what I hated for 6 years of my life, which didn't go wasted, because it got me to realize what I loved. And then when I realized what I loved, I pushed for what I loved for 8 years. I don't care how great my ideas were. No one's going to give it to me unless I push for it. I pushed for what I loved for 8 years. That's a lot of time. But it happened. And now, I don't know how long it's going to last. It could be nobody tomorrow. Right now, I have my own travel show every Saturday on NBC in the morning. How cool is that? I'm still just like, this is so cool. And I get to travel the world. And guess what else? Someone else is paying for it. And guess what else? I might have that pet tiger, but I definitely have admirability. I've got money now. Freedom? I'll tell you the crazy ass thing. Our schedule is 3 days on, 1 day off, 1 travel day. I work 3 days a week in this contract. It came true. But it didn't just happen. I didn't just get lucky. I had to be clear in my intention. I had to do my work. I had to discover, what is it I want? What do I want? And when I figure out what I want, I will learn my brilliance. And when I learn my brilliance, I'm going to get really good at what I want. And then I'm going to make money because I'm so good at it, because I love it so much, that someone's going to hire me and pay me good money to do it because I do it better than everybody else. And I'm going to go to work. And I'm going to have my pet tiger. I'm going to have my onesie. I'm going to have my coffee. Be like, this is sick. And today, I still think about my colleagues in New York City and in San Francisco that fired me. Fired me. And I thank them every day for that. What a gift. What a blessing. That was the universe. That was the planet saying, hey, Josh, wake up, dude. You suck at this. Figure out what you're good at. Don't waste your life. We're on this planet for how many years?
Not enough.
How long can that
What's that?
You said not enough.
Not enough. It's true. I can't even find enough hours in the day, not to mention 80 years. I'm going to close with this thought. There is a lady. Her name is Bonnie something. I might have this all wrong. on it. I'm not prepared. There's a lady. She's a hospice worker. You guys know what hospice workers do? If you're on your deathbed, you got about 2 weeks left to live, she takes care of you, okay? In a perfect world, all of us will have a hospice worker one day, because we're all probably going to bite it eventually. She spent 30 years working in this field. 30 years working with people that were on the last 2 weeks of their entire life. We're all going to be there. We're eventually all going to be at our last 2 weeks of our entire life one day. And she asked every one of her subjects, her clients, the same question. What are your regrets? Man, what powerful work. 30 years of asking people on their deathbeds, what are your regrets? What would you do differently so I don't make the same mistake? You want to know what they said? I wish I would have had the emotional intelligence to express myself and say, I love you. How beautiful is that? I wish I would have taken more risks and done what I wanted instead of what everybody wanted me to do. I wish I would have given more attention to my friends, my family, the animals, myself, than I gave to money. To money. And money is important. We see how it paralyzes us. She wrote a whole book on it, but there was like a top 5, and I just gave you 3. Discomfort is a pain. It's a pain. Working hard is hard. It's not fun. Being fired stinks. But you know what sucks more than any of those things is to be 80 years old and see your life behind you because you were too chicken, S-H-I-T, to take a risk. That is something I refuse to die with under my belt. And I'll tell you what, having balls is working for me. It's working. It's not easy. But I'm here in front of you guys now because I just wish.
Please excuse the interruption. This is just a reminder. Today is credit lunch for those that earn 20 or more credits during quarter 2. After break, please report in with your homeroom teacher and then come to the library for some lunch. Thank you so much.
That was so important. I'm really glad we had her chime in. I wish I met you when I was your age. Because I wouldn't have wasted my time becoming an engineer. I would have had someone to knock me on the side of the head and say, yo, is that really what you want, Josh? I want every one of you guys, if today's lecture touched you in any way, go home, make yourself an access, get to the bottom of it before you're 28, and find you're getting axed from all your jobs. And think about what you really want. It may be this still, it may be bigger now. And I hope it's bigger. Because there's more than enough to go around. If you think the world can't give you what you want, then how the hell is it putting Saturn in the sky? This planet is magical, and there's more than enough for everyone. Even someone like me who at one point thought I didn't deserve it. I am Josh. I'm so grateful I had some time with all of you guys.